Hey guys, today I'm filming my third update for my Project Use It Up 2017 / Project 50 pan. If you guys have not seen my intro or any of my other updates, I'll have my playlist linked up here. And this is basically my year-long project where I have chosen specific items I would like to finish by the end of the year, and I would like to finish 50 additional makeup items. So it's kind of this 2-in-1 that I've been doing for a couple years now. So this update is definitely not as exciting as last update. I didn't finish as many things. I'm hoping by my next update I will have finished off a lot more. I am in the middle of a Project 10 pan Viewer's Choice Roulette, which should have 1 or 2 more months left. If you guys have not seen that project, I'll have it linked up here. So I've got a couple of those empties in here. So hopefully next update I will have a lot more things finished off, but I've still made really good progress and I'm excited to share with you guys. So from my Project Use It Up items, I only finished one thing over the past 2 months, and that is the Pixi Lip Lift Max Lip Gloss in the shade Sheer Rose. This is just a deluxe sample size, so this is about half you would get in the full size. Pixi is a more expensive side of a drugstore brand that is sold at Target as well as on the Pixi website. I loved this gloss. It is supposed to be a plumping lip gloss, but it isn't overly minty. It doesn't have a cinnamon scent. It doesn't tingle or anything. So even if you're someone that thinks the Buxom glosses are too intense, you will like this because it is so subtle, and it does have a tiny bit of a refreshing feeling, but it isn't too overly cooling. And really this just has a beautiful shine to it that makes your lips look a little bit fuller. This does have a light opacity to it. The Sheer Rose color is more of like a mauve rose shade. They come in, I think, 3 or 4 shades. I really did like this. I might actually repurchase it. I loved this gloss so much, either as a topper or on its own for a very natural lip look. This was really cool, and I am really happy to have finished off a lip product. So now to show you the progress on the rest of the items in my Project Use It Up 2017. First thing is the CoverFx Illuminating Primer. This is in my current project pan. I thought this would be finished off by now, but it isn't. I probably have less than 5 uses left in this guy, so it'll be done by my next update for sure. This is a glowy primer, but the glow is very subtle, and I also don't think that this makes me extra oily, which is good because illuminating primers are not really meant for oily skin in the first place, but this is nice. I am enjoying it. It has this really great lotion consistency. Then I have my Lorac Porefection concealer in the shade number 2 Light, and I am making good progress on this. I can actually start to see through the packaging, which is so exciting. So I have hope that this can be finished off by the end of the year. It might take me until the very end of the year because, again, I'm really just using this under my eyes as a corrector. Sometimes I do use this on my face to help cancel out redness, but that part isn't something I do on a daily basis, but I do use this every single day under my eyes. So this shade is actually really great to correct the redness on my cheeks. It does work well under my eyes, but it's a smidge too dark, so I will mix in a couple little dots of the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer Cream in the whiteout shade just to help lighten it a smidge, and that works perfectly. Next we have the Wet n Wild Fergie Mattifying Take on the Day Powder. I had 2 of these in this project. I have finished off one, and this is my second one. As of my last update, I had hit a little bit of pan, but the pan has definitely expanded. So now that I've shown this to you guys, I am going to repress it so it'll be easier to use. This will definitely be finished off by my next update. These powders are so incredibly thin and really easy to get through. I used to absolutely love this. I thought it was a great dupe for the NARS Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder Pressed. I still think it's a good dupe for that, but I just don't love this powder anymore. I don't love the way that it looks on my skin, so I'll be really happy to have this one finished off. And then I'll be looking for a new under eye setting powder. So please leave me your recommendations of your favorite under eye setting powders, whether it is loose or pressed, and preferably from a drugstore brand. Next I have the RCMA No Color Powder. These are my progress lines. This was from the intro, update 1, update 2, and this is where I'm at right now. My goal for this item was to finish half of where I started from, which I've definitely done, and I actually think I can have this finished off by the end of the year, and I have made pretty consistent progress. Update 2, I had made a lot more progress, but I've been using this basically every single day to set my foundation. because I'm not having really long days where I need to be worried about having my makeup look perfect all day long. Because I have oily skin, this is not the best powder for me because it isn't mattifying, but it does work well. I applied this with my Real Techniques powder brush to just get a nice fluffy application to set my makeup. I do not like this under my eyes. I think it just gets too thick and it's hard to blend out. I cannot use this to bake. Also, this totally gives me a white cast. I think a couple of you may have noticed it. I use this to set my foundation when I do my first impressions of foundations because it isn't mattifying like the rest of my powders, but it definitely does give me a bit of a white cast when I put it on. I don't really mind that, but it does. I don't get the no color powder. I would love to see this on someone with a deep complexion and see them not have the white cast that even I do, and I'm super fair. So anyway, you guys know this is not my favorite powder, but I am working through it. That will definitely be finished by the end of the year, which is so exciting and will be so great to have it out of my life because I've been working on it very hard. And my last face product is the Skindinavia Oil Control Makeup Finishing Spray. I have put it into different packaging. This is in a current project pan, and this is where I'm at right now, so not a ton of this left, and this one should be finished off by my next update. I use this every single day to set my makeup, and I've been using this very consistently. I don't think that this is like holy grail. I do enjoy it, but it's not something I would repurchase, but I am making good consistent progress on that, so very happy with all the progress on my face products. So now moving on to the eye products. The first thing I have is the Milani Stay Put Brow Color in the shade number 2, Natural Taupe. I have not used this at all over the past 2 months except for today because I was working on a different brow product in my project pan. I have since hit my goal on that one, so I'm going to go back to using this. I'm going to try to use it every single day. My goal is to hit pan, and since I haven't used this basically at all over the past 2 months, it has dried up again, so I need to mix this around again, and hopefully I will be able to hit pan. I think it's definitely doable because I've used up a lot of this so far. My next eye product is the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Barely Beige, which is a really pretty light champagne shade. This was a limited edition color. Barely branded is in their permanent line. It is very similar. That one is just a little bit more yellow tone, and this one is a bit more pink tone. My goal was to use up half. I've almost done that. If I could just clear out this portion over, then I would be good, but I am no longer using this. This is my go-to base in the springtime. I love using this with the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells trio. I used this for the entire month of May, and that was the last time that I used it, so I have made good progress, I think more than last month, which is very exciting, but I am done using this for the year, so I will roll this over into next year's project to hopefully get a lot more progress on this. I love it. I think it is a beautiful base. I just don't use champagne shades very much because I'm so fair. Champagne just doesn't show up very bright on me. It looks way too similar to my skin tone unless it's super metallic. My next item is ColourPop Amaze. This is one of their Super Shock shadows, a beautiful rose gold. My goal is to just hit pan on this. I haven't used it at all. This is an item that I actually prefer to wear in the winter time, but I think I'm just going to try to put this in a fall project pan to hit pan on it, which shouldn't be too hard, but here's the deal. ColourPop eyeshadows are super soft, really creamy, and easy to hit pan on, except this is one of the very first ColourPop eyeshadows that I purchased. And all of those 6 shadows from that very first order, because they're a little bit older, they're starting to dry out. Still easy to work with, but they aren't so creamy, so it is harder to hit pan on them. So I can see the center. It shouldn't be too difficult. Hopefully using it like 10 times I should hit pan, so I'll probably put this in a fall project pan just to make sure that I can actually hit my goal by the end of the year. But this is one of my all-time favorite ColourPop eyeshadows. If you guys did not see the video on my top 10 ColourPop Super Shock shadows, I will have that linked up here. And then for lips, I only had one thing left. This is the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light. I'm at the exact same place I was last time. I may have used this a couple times, but not enough to need to sharpen it or really make any progress. If I don't finish this by the end of the year, that's okay. I'll just continue using it. I use it every once in a while to just clean up my lip line. My lips are really uneven, and I try to help correct that, but usually it's just if my lipstick kind of goes outside of the lines that I'll do that. And the light shade is actually almost a little bit too light where it ends up highlighting my lips, which is what I don't want because it emphasizes the unevenness. So I do like this product, so I'm going to continue using this whenever I feel like, but I'm not sure if that one's going to be finished off by the end of the year. So that is my progress on all the items in my Project Use It Up. I do feel very, very happy with the progress that I made, and I do think that I will be able to finish almost all these things by the end of the year, which is very exciting. So as far as the items that I actually used up over these past 2 months, not counting the Pixi gloss, I finished up 7 makeup items, which is kind of disappointing, but hopefully in my next update I will have finished off a lot more. It's actually getting a lot harder to use up products for the fact that I've been project panning for like 4 years, I think, 3-4 years, and I've already used up all the things that were close to being done, and basically everything else I have in my collection is brand new, only been used a couple times. So it's getting a lot harder to actually find things that I can finish, and you guys know with my monthly makeup baskets that I rotate through my collection a lot so that everything gets used. So it's getting a little bit harder, but I am happy with the things that I was able to finish off. The first thing is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in the shade 1W1 Bone. This was an item I finished in my current project pan. You guys know this is my holy grail #1 foundation. It gives medium buildable to full coverage. It has a natural satin finish. I love that this is a little bit more of a runny consistency. The bone shade is yellow enough for me, but it's a little too dark. So I do mix this in with my Hard Candy Glamoflague foundation in Porcelain, which has a little bit of a thicker consistency. So the two of those together get my perfect shade and the perfect consistency that is super easy to work with. So I have already repurchased this. It is very pricey, but for me, it is totally worth it, especially if you wait until you get an Ulta 20% off coupon and you can buy it off the Ulta website. I recommend that. Do not buy it full price, but it is absolutely incredible. The next thing I finished is another item from my current project pan, and this is the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. This is just a little 100-point perk size, and this lasted me 2 months using this every single day to set my under eyes, this little tiny jar, which is amazing. Now, Laura Mercier has a large size and then they have a travel size. I'm thinking of buying the travel size, even though it's still going to be pretty expensive, because I think it can last me a while. I loved this. I didn't want to. I did not want this to be worth the hype, but it is. It set my under eyes so well. And you guys know I've been having trouble with loose powders. I love them for under my eye, but sometimes they can tend to cake up or leave like a white cast, or they just don't look that good. I had that problem with the Midnight Cameo and with the RCMA No Color Powder, but I didn't have any issues with this. It also did not feel too drying under my eyes, but of course I do have oily under eyes, so I absolutely love this. I do think I will be purchasing the travel size, which is good, but also a bummer. So if you guys have any great affordable loose setting powders you guys like for under your eyes, please let me know and I might want to try that instead. Next, I finished one brow product. This is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I have been using this for a while. It lasts a really long time, and I love that the bottle is silver, so you cannot see how nasty and goopy it looks, and I can literally just use it until it dries up. It does have a traditional brush that can be a little bit big for your brows, but because it's clear, it's not like it's gonna get product all over my skin that's tinted, so I like this a lot. I totally agree that this is like hairspray for your brows. This does a great job of holding my brows in place. Absolutely love this. I already have 2 backups of this actually, so I cannot wait to start using that, but this is a holy grail brow product of mine. My next product is a little mini of the Kat Von D ink liner in the shade Trooper. So her tattoo liner is a brush tip and her ink liner is a felt tip. I bought this in a kit with a little mini liquid lipstick, and this is a really great felt tip pen liner. I love the size of the felt tip. It is pretty long and skinny, really easy to line your eyes and do a wing. I like this a lot, but it did dry out kind of quickly, and that's something that I find to be true for all felt tip liner pens, which is why from now on I'm just gonna buy brush tip liner pens. My absolute favorite is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster, and I also love the Kat Von D tattoo liner. Then I have some lip balms. I finished up 2 of the EOS Smooth Sticks and Sweet Mint. The reason that I finished up 2 of these is that I had run out of the spheres. I usually have 1 sphere around the house and then one of the sticks sticks in my purse, but because I'd run out, I had a stick in the house and a stick in my purse, and I used them up about the same time. This is my Holy Grail lip balm. This is my favorite scent. I love these so much. The consistency isn't too thin or too thick. Holy Grail lip balm. I don't feel the need to try anything else because that works so well for me. So I love using those on a daily basis, and then at nighttime and in the morning when I'm doing my makeup, I like to use something a little bit more intense. And last time I finished the Yes to Coconuts lip oil, and this time I finished the C.O. Bigleow Mentha Lip Shine in the Ultra version. C.O. Bigleow is a brand that is sold at Bath & Body Works. This is a really nice lip balm. It had a little bit of a thicker consistency, but it didn't feel heavy on the lips. It is clear. It gave beautiful shine. It has a really great minty scent. I did really like this a lot, but as it wore off, my lips were a tiny bit sticky, and for that reason, I don't think I repurchased it because it is that little bit sticky, but I did really enjoy using this, and it took me a very long time. So now that I've used up the Yes to Coconuts and the C.O. Bigleow, which took me over a year of switching between them, it just took me so long. Now I'm using the Jack Black Intense Lip Therapy Balms. I really enjoy those, and I think I will be getting those instead out of the three. That one is definitely my favorite, but this was nice as well. So guys, that was my Project Use It Up 2017 / Project 50 Pan update number 3. I would love to know your thoughts if you've tried out any of these products, and I would love to know if you guys are doing a yearly project pan as well. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.